Hello everyone. India is a country that is beyond a lifestyle epidemic today. We spend millions and billions of dollars on people's taking care of people's lifestyle diseases. In fact, in India itself, we spend about 307 billion US dollars on lifestyle diseases, and almost about 40% of our people are battling with some sort of lifestyle disease or even heart disease. India is the country's #1 diabetes capital. It's time we change that. Greetings, this is Preeti Rao, founder and CEO of Weljii, and I'm also the ICHWC mentor coach for India. Things are changing, and I think if you are somebody who's passionate about changing somebody's life with improved health and well-being, you're somebody who's been thinking about this for a very long time, you're somebody who's enthusiastic about fitness, you're somebody who's enthusiastic about wellness, you're somebody who's been helping people exercise, you're somebody who's a nurse, a doctor, alternative medicine practitioner, psychologist, physiotherapist, nutritionist, dietitianist, sports coaches, even a young mom who's been nurturing other people for a long period of time and thinks now is the time to make a difference in people's life. And if this has a deeper meaning and a resonance for you in your life, it's time you embrace health and wellness coaching, because this allows you to do just that. Before we dive into what really is health and wellness coaching, what is the future of health and wellness coaching, let me just quickly share my own personal journey. I started off as the Reebok Fitness Band Ambassador India when I was barely 16 years old. And when I did that and I saw people's lifestyles, people's lives got improved and their quality of life got better, there was a greater level of satisfaction in my life. And fast forward, it took me another 20 years, to actually go ahead and put together a model that actually works. In fact, when I did my yoga certification from Shivananda School of Yoga in Kerala, and I was asking very profound questions at the tender age of 21. I was asking questions like, who am I? What's my purpose in my life? मेरे life में वजूद क्या है? मैं किस लिए पैदा हुई हूँ? These are very strong questions for a young 21-year-old to answer, or even to seek answers for those questions. And I remember the time that I spent there, this realization dawned on me that I wanted to be a part of a life that was transforming other people's life with better health and well-being. But it took me another 20 years, like I said, to actually go ahead and implement it. Call it circumstances. Maybe I didn't have the courage to follow my dream. Maybe there were other people in my life who did not think this was an opportunity to be pursued. There were several other factors, and I have nobody to blame but except myself. But life has taken a full circle for me, and today I live the best life I can possibly think of. I am in a profession that is greatly satisfying. I run an organization that is transforming people's life, and I am surrounded by people who want to do the same thing. What better way to live a life? And I've invited love and meaning and a greater quality of well-being in my own life, and as I've tried to affect other people's lives. So prior to my starting Weljii, I actually worked not in the health and wellness industry for some period of time. I actually worked in a technology company. As I worked in technology company, believe it or not, I actually sold business intelligence tools, something that I was really not qualified to do. I still did reasonably well. When I left that profession, I was a major account director, but when I was doing that work, I did not enjoy it. There was some sense of emptiness in my life. There was some sense of vacuum, something in my heart that kept saying, you know what, this doesn't feel right. Something's missing in my life. I'm not living my fullest potential. And that calling at one point of time in my life became so strong that I had to make a decision. And only in my 30s, I decided to go ahead and quit everything. I lived in the Washington, D.C. area. I quit everything. I packed all my bags, sold all my furniture, sold everything that a prized possession that I owned, and I just moved into a small little studio in California. And that's what I did my master's in integrative health with specialization in health and wellness coaching. And as I embraced the program and I started working on myself from all these dimensions, the physical dimension, emotional dimension, mental dimension, my own spirituality, my own physical well-being, my mental well-being, how do I manage my relationships? When all of these things started shifting in my life, and within the class cohort, we'll end up coaching each other. And when we were coaching each other and we saw each other's lives change, it brought a renewed level of confidence in this kind of work. Following after my master's, I actually ended up working with some of the leading integrative medicine centers such as UCSF Center for Integrative Medicine in California, worked in Charlotte Maxwell Center for Cancer, and this is where I had the opportunity to work with underprivileged women and children who were battling with cancer. And through this lifestyle intervention, through the medium of health and wellness coaching, when the quality of life was improved, they were more ready to go for treatments. There was greater level of acceptance of what had happened in their life. They had more courage. They were able to surround themselves with support and ecosystem so they could actually go through that treatment. And their quality of life improved, and there was more compliance in terms of medication. And it was very, very gratifying for me. It was very, very satisfying for me to see that. Followed thereafter, I actually went with Aetna, which is one of the largest insurance companies in the world. I would bless them for taking this initiative. I worked with Aetna, and this is where we created health and wellness coaching programs for underserved population in the Bay Area, in the San Francisco Bay Area. And when I had this opportunity to coach this segment of society, I found it very, very challenging. It was a segment of society that was complete devoid of resources, financial, economic. They didn't have the kind of ecosystem that maybe most of us enjoy. They were deprived in everywhere. Even finding healthy food or nutrition was difficult. So working with that segment of population, when you see their lives unfold and take into a new chapter, absolutely a new chapter, and you see this person who is maybe depressed or under the doldrums and come out of this emerging as a beautiful, powerful, independent persona, you just want to do this more and more and more. Nothing in this world will want to stop doing that, will stop you from doing that.